Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Manny B investing in BI, and we're going to take a look at the MVP for Paribus on the testnet. And in our last video, we made a deposit. We talked about the interest rates and how those work. As soon as you make the deposit, you enter the market, so to speak, you start to make that interest on your deposits. You start to accrue daily interest, and it breaks it down for you. And it would roll into there if it were sinking, but you would see your accrued interest in all the money that you were making on your deposited assets. So that is a way to make passive income based on the market. So let's take a look at the market so that we can talk to you about how the interest rates work. So there is an algorithm that calculates the interest rates for the assets on the protocol based on the market conditions. It's called utilization rates. This is something that is forever moving and changing as the markets move and change. So this is something that you want to pay attention to. And for all the people that follow me and watch me use Indigo, this is another dimension. So with Indigo, we're not putting up collateral because we're just staking. In this instance, we are actually interfacing. We are depositing assets. We're borrowing assets. So you have to worry about your interest rates, which are constantly changing, and your collateral, your position. So you want to make sure that your position is always managed, your borrow limit. You want to make sure that you don't get liquidated, because you will lose your deposited asset if you get liquidated. That's how the platform stays healthy. That's how the loans get paid off if you were to go, basically essentially bankrupt if you were to hit that ratio. So let's take a look at the markets here. So for instance, Ethereum market size is 172,000. There's total borrowed is a little bit more than what's there. So that's going to give you some crazy interest rates. Your deposits are going to be 15% because the platform wants to encourage people to deposit Ethereum. So they're going to reward you for depositing that Ethereum. But on the other hand, there's not a lot of liquidity. So the borrowing of Ethereum is going to also be high at almost 20% APY. So you add 20% APY plus the fact that you can only take out about 80% on Ethereum. Let's take a look. Yeah. Collateral factor is 82% and your reserves 20. So this is not one you want to take a loan out on based on the market conditions. And this is constantly changing. So somebody could come in, a whale could come in and deposit, $500,000 in Ethereum. And that utilization rate, that algorithm will adjust these rates. So you want to constantly be paying attention to that. Someone like me, I would be on it all day. I'd be watching it daily, making sure that my interest rates are where I want them, and looking at the markets and things like that. So this is something that you want to pay attention. This is not a set it and forget it platform. You can get wrecked if you aren't paying attention, but if you are paying attention, you could take advantage of some serious market moves. Like if you were accumulating Ethereum through this bear market, just bagging up, this would be a really good opportunity for you here. Same thing with Chainlink. You would want to be depositing here, given these market conditions. Same thing here. The market size is pretty low compared to the total borrowed, so you're going to get 7% interest. That's not bad. As with Bitcoin, look at the difference between the market size and the total borrowed. There's a large gap. That's why the deposit APY is so low, less than 1%, less than 0.5%. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's borrow. Let's do a transaction and borrow some funds. So we'll click on our dashboard. We'll go to borrow. We'll go borrow assets, and then we'll pick, well, what asset do we want to borrow? Well, just for the sake of showing you what's going on, let's do USDC. So we'll go down here. We'll click on the borrow with the little arrow going into the hand because we're going to take, what are we currently borrowing? Just a little fraction, a little small amount there. We want to, let's do 80%, and then let's adjust it down. Let's do 4,000. So we'll borrow, and then we're going to get a transaction here. We're going to open up the ledger that I have, and we're going to confirm a transaction on this bad boy. We're going to review the transaction on our ledger, accept it, and it's going to start minting to the block. A cool little animation there, liking that, loving the colors, love the dark mode. I don't know about you, looks super clean and sharp. And this is just the test net, guys. So we're finished here. We borrowed. We've got our assets. We've got our borrow limit meter here is adjusted. We got 15% left. We can check our dashboard, look at our borrows. We can check our liquidations. No accounts being liquidated at the moment. Check back later. But we've got our account liquidity and our collateral value. So that's our total right there. And this is what we have left as far as liquidity goes. That provides us with a cushion. So we have the initial, 20% cushion, but we're over collateralized. So you got to watch this as the markets move, not just the interest rates you want to pay attention to, that utilization rate, but you also want to pay attention to the price of the tokens that you're dealing in. So if you get a big market pump down or up, that could be good or bad. If it pumps up, you may want to pay your loan back, take your assets back, reevaluate things, look at the APYs, pay attention to that utilization rate. So it just depends on what you got going on in your life or what your goal is, how you would move forward with that. So that would conclude this video. In the next video, we'll be looking at paying the loan back, and we'll be closing out. So thank you for checking out the channel. Make sure you hit that like, hit the share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.